5 days of vehicles had returned in the November update, adding new vehicles, a handful of controversial changes, and secret Easter eggs starting with day 1 of the event. The stunt plane had been revamped, showing off new designs, better interior, and buff speed. Not only that, but it had a secret change that shocked everyone. The stunt plane has machine guns that can be used for a long period of time. Yeah, pretty crazy. This also includes a red circle in the interior to help you aim with the machine gun better. Since these new things have been implemented to the stunt plane, the price has also changed slightly from 200,000 to 300,000 cash. A few changes have also been reworked to the robbery rounds. The new robbery system from last update had everyone pretty upset, with robbery rounds taking forever, not enough players to start the museum or tomb robberies, or even just waiting for a specific robbery to close. This has all been changed though. The cargo ship and cargo plane now close the robbery round as soon as they are 70% near the end of their route. The tomb and the museum now have a new feature where they are skipped if the server does not have enough players to go to there. One of the best changes though have to be that robbery rounds now finish faster, from 10 minutes to 8 minutes, with an additional 4 minutes if people are still robbing a specific location. People now feel that this system is better, along with another secret feature that has been added. Hyperchrome chances had also been changed with this new robbery system. Since robberies open in different groups, it was extremely difficult for players to obtain a hyperchrome, even if it was just a level 1. This had been changed though. Hyperchrome's odds had been increased by 12.5%, which is a pretty significant amount. Players were able to get hyperchromes more often, and this change was heavily liked by the community. Now time for day 2. The new La Violette lowrider had been added to a controversial location. The green safe had been updated to contain new items and the new vehicle. The nitro spoiler, the mystic rims, the Wingo wing spoiler, the landmine rims, and the La Violette vehicle was added to the safe. Even though the safe was only 15,000, it was really just based on luck. Some players were extremely lucky and got the La Violette first try, but some were a bit unlucky and had to almost spend 1 million cash. This vehicle is basically the most expensive in the event. The La Violette also included a feature called the Lowrider. This feature looks very cool, but to be honest, there's really no point in using this feature. One of the biggest changes that had been never fixed that everyone is happy about is the bouncy car bug. This was a big problem for many players that had low performance devices. While playing Jailbreak, it was pretty difficult for players to drive because the car probably flipped and bounced everywhere. Now that this is fixed, it's now good for people to drive their favorite cars without having a bouncing issue. But something that is also not an issue is the amount of bug fixes that had been resolved, like the jewelry store teleporting people at the top of the location, fix the bug where people would die when selecting a team, fix the running animation when getting off the tomb cart or using the jetpack, and many more. Some things had also been added to prevent camping in different robberies, like the jewelry store having a new exit on the window and the power plant having a 4th exit. Okay, looking back, these new exits were actually implemented on day 1 and not day 2, so apologies for that. Day 3 is here and the new successor vehicle has been added. This vehicle costs 649,000 cash and it is found at the mansion robbery. This vehicle includes an animated spoiler, clean interior and exterior, and an awesome startup engine. Day 3 wasn't really a big day for change logs, but it was still a good day regardless. Many bugs have also been resolved, like the jewelry store lasers sticking out of the building, fixed an issue where people could exceed the normal amount of ammo for grenades and C4, fixed an issue where people were clipping with a vault inside the jewelry store, and a lot of other bugs. Day 4 is here and this is the biggest controversial day for the event. The Eclair had been revamped, changing how it looks and the speed. The interior and exterior had been changed, a new startup engine had been implemented, and functional doors were added. Doesn't sound so bad, right? And that was until the people were looking at the model of the new Eclair and people were a bit upset. Maybe too upset. Now this Eclair model was made about 6 months ago by a person named Pixel Rolls, and people were mad that other Eclair models weren't picked because it looked better. Now of course I don't really care because it's just a vehicle, but there are some people who do care and they started sending hate to the creator. Asimo of course was able to step in and stop the drama, which luckily is now resolved. The Eclair was bumped up in price by 100,000 cash like the stunt plane. The successor was also buffed along with an updated tune with more high-end. Weapon reloads were also updated a bit. Along with these changes also arrived new bug fixes like people unable to get into vehicles after being arrested in crew battles, stacking C4 velocity and being flattened into space, fixed the method to put furniture in questionable locations, and many more. Now for the final day, the Falcon S Sport bike has been added. Along with this, all bikes have been changed with the new bike chassis revamp. This includes new player animations on bikes, new physics, and more. The new sport bike has a lot of changes, so listen carefully. New gearing support for ramps, jumps, and rocket fuel, new animations when leaning on the bike along with the passengers, tire popping support, drift customization, window tint customizations, new bike startup engine, and hyperchrome and hypershift support on bikes. Along with this also came with new vehicle changes like the dune buggy being tuned to support new physics, the bayonet being tuned to match the Eclair, updated the Shell Mark 5's tune, updated the patrol bike and dirt bike to support the new physics, and updated the successor and the Eclair's engine tune. This has concluded the 5 days of vehicles. Of course, there are still a bunch of changes I still need to talk about, but I've just pointed out the big things. If you enjoyed this different style of video, consider subscribing. We're almost at 12,000 subscribers. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.